Than that, we are live, guys.
Whoa,
You could
whoa.
change your name to kind of live with style, just K and then unalive.
People would think it was Coon-alived, though.
Unalive
And
coon.
Oh god, no! Like I do not participate in the infantilism of language on YouTube. I'm not going to participate in that.
Good for you.
My story might change, once I start raking in billions of dollars from YouTube. But until then,
see, you say that, and I'm just sitting there going, I spend most of my time with Peanuts, so that is a foregone conclusion for me.
I mean, I already infantilize my language as it is when I start going. We're playing. Hold on a second. We're playing a game where where our Robit, Robit instead of robot, friend is being accused of being an A.
There's a difference between infantilizing it as a means of self-censorship, and then there's infantilizing it for the bit.
Yeah, I infantilize it for the bit, but not for censorship. I think it is the worst decision as a society we've made, but at the same time, I understand why people are doing it. They want their money.
Is that it's a response to it's basic evolution, response to a pressure. Things have changed.
Yeah. Like, I understand why they're doing it. It is like, I want my money, and etc. etc. Speaking of which, so that saying "I want my money" has reminded me. There is a video that lives rent free in my head, and that is you know how JG Wentworth, they're all going, "It's my money and I want it now." They're all like yelling that outside of their windows. Yeah. And then about like the third or fourth one, the guy comes out and goes, "Shut the fuck up! Some people are trying to sleep."
Hi, internet. I have macarons.
But also, I think John Oliver recently did a takedown of structured settlements.
Yep.
Or not structured settlements. The money needed now for structured settlement people.
I mean, the thing is it is sort of a thing. If you, it's the same way that people buy debt. Like, you sell the debt that's been accrued for less than the total value because you get cash right now, and then the people who bought it can now solve the problem of getting the money.
Yeah, but the way I've read it is it's very predatory, like very predatory.
Oh yeah, extremely.
And
no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying the problem is that if you need the cash now, you really are in a very bad place.
Yeah, and speaking of John Oliver, I think he did a thing a while back where he's talking about Medicare and Medicaid and in-home visits, right?
Yep.
And here I was thinking, no, can't happen to me. 3 days out of the past week, I've gotten calls waking me up saying, "Hey, we're here from Blue Cross Blue Shield to set up your in-home visit." I'm like, bullshit you are. I know what you are.
Yeah, I got one of those I got an introductory call for the group that originally did my home health care when I had the giant hole in the side of my body.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "We're here to talk to you about the introduction to your services." Like, what services?
Mm-hmm.
And they wouldn't explain to me who it was that that contacted them, or what services that were supposed to provide, or anything like that.
Yeah, and here's the fun part. We live in Texas, which Sandry knows this line. I have to explain it, I will explain it, but we're a single party state. meaning that you only need a single party to agree to the recording of something, and the agreement is pressing the record button for the person recording it.
Yep.
So, and I don't mean single party as in like literal party, but sometimes it does fucking feel like it. But the but at the beginning it's like this call will be recorded. You know why they say that? The reason why they say this call will be recorded because is either A, they're doing this from they're making that call from a state where they have to call it, which means they don't give a shit that you're texting. Or B, they're trying to intimidate's the wrong word, but like say that they've recorded this call for for whatever things that you did or did not agree to, right?
Yep.
And I'm leaning towards the latter, but that first one just occurred to me when I was talking about this.
Yeah. Speaking of recordings, our robots recordings have gotten us in deep shit now.
So, Sandria, as the only person here that doesn't know what's going on, what do you think?
I think that I'm wondering if we're waiting for Colin or getting started.
We're not waiting for Colin.
Yeah. Colin's not coming today.
Well, in that case, that's going to leave you guys with a lot more voices, because I'm pretty sure Morgan's going to be in every fucking scene.
Yep, that's fine with me.
I mean, you could eventually pick up that random ass officer again, right?
I mean, yes, I can do that, but there are a lot of major speaking roles, and unfortunately, Morgan is usually involved with all of them.
Morgan is very verbose, a lot more verbose than previous protagonists that we've dealt with.
Antagonist. Let's just call her antagonist.
No, she's a protagonist.
Well, no, you're right. She is a protagonist. She's also a problem.
There's a word for when the protagonist is a bad guy.
Yep,
yes, protagonist. The protagonist doesn't mean that you're the good guy. It just means you're the point of view of the story.
Yep.
No, but there actually is a very specific term for that, like a specific term, but it's not coming to my mind.
Villain protagonist.
Anywho,
the protagonist is the bad guy.
Shall we go ahead and get a start in this black void?
Yep.
We should indeed.
Off we go into the darkness.
So last when we left off, she questioned the Robit, and the Robit was like, "But I'm living," and then she was like, "Okay, let's go ahead and tackle your existential crisis." And I think had an internal dialogue of why the fuck am I doing this with a robot?
Well, the reason why she's doing this with a robot is pretty obvious.
I just wanted to get off of the black void. We can keep talking about the why.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, just give me a second.
Do I need to do the double stream?
No, just give me a second. Just need to do something.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, we know why Morgan is doing this, even though, by all accounts, she would be perfectly within her rights to see Sarah, reduced to scrap because, oh my gosh, scary AI. It's because Morgan
finally found the puppy?
No, Morgan sees Sarah as something similar to her, a person-shaped thing that is nevertheless not a person due to an inherent flaw of their existence.
It really doesn't help that they've hinted at very hard that both her and Sarah basically learned to be human through the exact same method.
Yeah, that's part of why Morgan feels a kinship with her. That's also why she is putting her neck in a very on the line in a very real way. Because if Morgan can't figure out how to get Sarah off, she's going down for a felony.
Yeah, it really is. is to do with the fact that honestly, in some ways, Sarah's the thing she feels the most kinship with, only because neither of them are human.
Well, quote unquote human.
Like, in some ways, Sarah is far more human than Morgan. Morgan is distinctly broken.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Morgan is an extremely good liar, and the person she lies to most is herself.
I disagree that she lies to herself much. She really doesn't.
She continuously and consistently in her internal monologue presents her actions in a deeply selfish
This is fair.
light. But by all rights, logically speaking, if she were as
She should have just let
empty and
Sarah burn and
broken,
done that.
yeah, if she was as empty and broken and cruel and monstrous as she likes to pretend she is, she would just let Sarah burn. But no, she wouldn't have done all that stuff that they talked about her doing in her backstory with David. She would have just said "fuck you."
That backstory is left purposely vague.
Yeah.
I think we are okay. At least I was led down of the opinion. Like this is the thing that her and David's backstory has led me to.
Shit, fuck.
Okay, sorry.
No, cat.
At least from what we've seen so far, the thing that has led me to believe Morgan did something illegal for David. Whether that be killing or just being an alibi, I don't know. Right? But Morgan did something for David. But that's what's led me to believe. Now, what actually happened
the other way around, that David did something for Morgan. That's no,
David was thanking her.
Well,
anyway, shall we?
David was thanking her from what I remember. But like I try to say, it's led me to believe that. But what actually happened hasn't been outright spelled out. My guess is that's a final chapter or chapter before final chapter reveal, right? So, all right, let's get to the game.
Morning, detective. Back at it nice and early.
Hi. Now, would you stand back? We've almost got this thing open. Right?
Trying to brute force your way inside?
I said right.
Yes, ma'am! We're almost set up for the first stage now!
First stage? Of how many?
First of 5 timed explosions. Remember, we need to relink the API after each trigger is planted. Yep, just did that, and now it's checking for updates. God, I gave this guy the right voice.
God damn it.
I gave this guy the right voice!
No rush.
Would you like to know the password?
You know the password.
There's a password?
If you're withholding information, I swear.
I want to get in there just as much as you do, detective. I'm not going to play many games.
Mini games, you said?
I know what I said. As long as you say please.
Tell me the password, please.
Sure. Let's tell her the password.
You'll just tell her?
Yep.
Ah, damn. I was hoping you would toy her.
ADONAI.
Thanks. Now I'm gonna slap you with a discovery fine so heavy your teeth will ring for...
Hey, I submitted all my paperwork. Even told Rockford the password myself.
Huh? So, boys, when I asked you if there was a passkey on record, and you told me this lock couldn't be bypassed?
I do want to say that we really don't get many opportunities to use the incendiary breaching system. So this was really a valuable experience for all of us.
I'm gonna phrase this as professionally as possible.
Yes.
How do you phrase it? Beep!
You're still here? Thought you wanted to look inside.
You can go first.
Thanks.
No problem.
So, the gloves, all the black, that's not a work thing?
Some people look good in black.
You dress like a doorman on the weekends, too?
Bitch.
You should cover your mouth when you yawn.
Like you cover your eye when you want to look cool.
It's called being Chinibyo. You wouldn't understand it.
Shouldn't let her get to me, but I had a late night. Her and I were at the courthouse until well into the morning poring over the data Sarah had taken off David's computer. We both knew it all being admissible, of course, but neither of us wanted to miss a hint that the other might find. There were a few years worth of camera footage files we couldn't afford time to watch, let alone decrypt. Also, thousands of technical documents detailing David's various intellectual properties. As far as I could tell, none of it was relevant, let alone compelling enough for to matter to borrows or any of the powers that be. As usual, Emma wasn't exactly an open book. It did seem like she was making bored yawns, not thoughtful ones.
I'm going to use the controller so I can lean back.
Her eyes only ever lit up when she saw Sarah enter the panic room. It's up.
See, if I go up, it goes to David's cup.
Huh.
It's in alphabetical order.
There we go. Basement footage.
Yep, okay, that's what was up. And when she saw that what she was holding when she left, she wanted this room searched. It can only be for. So, where's this journal supposed to be?
Rockford didn't say. I'll just have to search the place top to bottom.
Mostly bottom with your height. The tops of some of those shelves.
Sure, and you can look up your own at.
I get it.
Then why not just let me say it? Ugh.
Right trigger, auto find.
Is the searching the cabinets now? Same ones I found Sarah's papers in.
What is this?
I doubt I missed anything, but
Hey, what are you? Do you mind?
just trying to help.
I've had spam in my junk folder that's more helpful than you are.
Rude. This is the only thing I missed yesterday among the cabinets. Check elsewhere.
What is this robot
This
board?
data pad. This is like a news article from last week.
What were you saying, Jordan? You're kind of speaking really low.
I was making like funny muttering noises.
Oh, okay. All right, time
Sounds
for
like
reading
it.
coverage. I guess I'll take this since I'm not voicing the characters in the scene.
Sure, go ahead.
Guess that confirms that he was coming and going here very regularly.
Right to repair loses latest appeal. God damn it. A higher court judge this week shot down for the 5th time an appeal by the Consumer Rights Alliance on their famously divisive right to repair lawsuit. once again signaling the state's intent that corporations remain in control of their legally protected intellectual property. Obviously, we're disappointed, said Miles Erkman, head of legal counsel. Erkman. Boy, what an irksome fellow. He certainly got the right job, right, Sandry? But we've no intention of giving up the fight. People used to be able to fix things when they broke, so as long as they're willing to set aside an afternoon towards the task. So as long as they're willing to set aside an afternoon towards the task. Now, trying to patch up your own property with your own tools is a finable offense, just because the state had lobbyists whispering in its ear for far too long. Erkman's legal strategy remains contentious, and in the eyes of most legal scholars, generally unfounded. The Emergency Industry Acquisitions Act, passed in 2057, guarantees the holder of an intellectual property patent certain state-provided protections against tampering and reproduction, and outlines fees for those who would violate said IP. The fact that ownership of IPs has shifted from individuals and the state towards corporate entities since the Act's passing means little in the eyes of the law. If Mr. Erkman and the CRA have a problem with intellectual property law, they should take it up with their representatives in the legislature. The higher courts are a place for laws to be applied, not rewritten, and so as long as journalism that refuses to buckle to foreign actors trying to stoke anti-capitalist sentiment can't be found just anywhere. Subscribe now at the link below to read articles like this every day, forever, as long as your card remains on file.
Lobo has a point.
Lobo?
Boy, that last paragraph there. Ooh, that is an open fucking debate.
Yeah.
Wait, the actual paragraph of the article, or okay?
The higher courts are a place for laws to be applied, not rewritten. And there's a long-running debate as to whether that is one, true, and two, whether it should be true. The answer to the second question is no, it should not be true. However, there's a long-running question as to whether that is in fact what happens.
All right. Well, yes.
Yeah.
Dismiss.
Something. Activist judges.
Right to repair. I didn't realize anyone was still fighting that particular fight.
Just get this cleared out.
Oh, that's cool. Repeal. It wasn't repealed. It wasn't passed. It wasn't even a legislative question. Seems like the courts have made their opinion on the matter very clear. So for the foreseeable future, corporations can look forward to more
sales than ever.
Obviously. More sales than ever. Anything that gets scratched, every widget that breaks, they get to sell us the replacement. There'll always be a gray market of hermits willing to risk some skin on reselling patched up tech, but the vast majority of people will just click that purchase button. Assuming they don't just have it on auto. These drawers, just panels. Maybe if I... Does that sound hollow to you, Detective?
What? I don't know. I'm not a carpenter.
Lady.
Donk, donk, donk.
Lady.
Why are you tapping me on the head?
I want to check if it sounds the same as that panel over there.
Hey!
Actually, good on both of you for being on the same wavelength. I was not on that wavelength.
Don't see any handles anywhere. There's been pressure plates or switches. What the hell am I saying? I'm not a carpenter either. I wouldn't recognize the secret button if it's slathered in yellow paint.
That's a video game thing.
Yep.
I mean, good, a hammer. There's probably one that has a pry bar on the end we could use to open that panel. A toy car? No, it's too detailed and too boring. This is some kind of model kit or replica. Strange. Maybe he doesn't like driving. Why keep a model of some random sports car? Why keep a car outside in the downstairs area? Didn't he have one there too?
And here comes Miss I'm all into cars.
Yeah.
Something caught in your throat, Detective?
It's not some random sports car. It's a Lorenz Audemont.
Believe it or not, I'm not familiar, Detective.
The last great fossil fuel automotive experience the world will ever see. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.43 seconds.
Did they attach a jet to it?
It's a fucking jet engine, all right. That jet engine partially spun up before it started.
Oh God, that's. Go ahead.
Car autism go new.
Car go new and then go boom. Did they lighten it so much that they forgot the brakes on that car? Because that seems reasonable if you start forgetting stuff like, brakes or what?
The laws of physics.
Yeah.
Human ability to withstand human vulnerability to inertia.
Oh, God.
They set those records without computational assistance.
Neat.
Is that a big deal?
It was unheard of, even back in the 50s. This wasn't some design competition test car with a 2-liter tank, mind you. This was a vehicle you could own and drive. Human engineering, pure horsepower, and manual transmission, thank God.
Believe it or not, you do not need horsepower to make a car move. There are cars with less horsepower that can go faster than cars with more horsepower. Horsepower is not a measurement of how much it can move, but
Yeah.
She's car
Horsepower's a
nerding.
measure of work specifically.
Yeah, like a truck has a ton of horsepower. It cannot move fast, but it has a ton of horsepower.
Again, it's just a matter. It is a matter of matter, distance, and time.
Yeah.
Stop shitting all over my special interest.
Although my favorite bit that lives rent free in my head from Top Gear is they went to America and all of them got muscle cars.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
and I think it's Hammond, right? He got a Dodge, a Charger, Viper. I don't remember which one.
I believe it was a Charger.
Yeah, a Dodge Charger, and he was like, "Hold on a second, I've got to get it ready to go," and he's got to do like all these computer things to get it working, and basically put jet engine fuel in the tank. And by the time he did that, everybody else already finished with the lap. Was like at the next place to rest. It was a funny bit.
Shall we?
Yeah.
When they first left the production line,
This conversation's like quicksand, killing me in the most boring way possible. Yes, well, I guess David didn't entirely agree with you since we're looking at a model of it. When he could have easily just bought one.
or maybe your friend understood that a beauty like that deserves to be driven on streets where people can see it, instead of gathering dust in some rich guy's basement.
I think she's actually upset. Started should have pulled everything I've note off the computer, but looked everywhere else already. Might as well try. Yes.
What are you expecting to find? Solitaire?
Does this computer seem normal to you?
I'm staring at you, Dave.
Exceedingly so. Yeah. Why?
Daisy.
David was a programmer, but this looks like a consumer grade. Fresh off the shelf.
Daisy.
Would the Dr. David Asher use a bog standard operating system on his most private hidden computer? It's a trash can on the desktop. It's a pretty low-tech solution, but maybe I can restore the contents?
I'm so crazy.
Are you seriously gonna try and recover lost files, Granny?
Unlike cops, I don't get paid overtime, so yes, I sometimes try things instead of just standing around. There's a text file here, but it's 0 bytes. Maybe there's information in the metadata? I double-clicked.
Wait, what was that?
Came from under the desk. Small drawer popped out, and inside it... a well-worn journal.
Does it have his name on it?
No. Guess it belongs to the android?
Do you recognize his handwriting or not?
Neat, even words, small lettering with minimal punctuation. Lots of line breaks, haphazard use of capitalization. Penmanship of a coder.
No. I'm a coder and I don't have that great handwriting. I have terrible handwriting.
First entry is dated back in grad school. Before he even started with Noble? Yeah, it's his.
So, may I?
Oh, because he asked so politely.
Full scan. Scream it to WorkNet. High fidelity, legibility. Frame by frame.
Voice commands. Just looking through the pages pretty damn fast. What are you...
This part takes concentration. Sharing gun activate. Okay, here.
That would still be blurry as fuck. Okay, well, the books I have are behind the green screen, but from the sounds of it, she basically did, like this with the book. I don't know.
What? You're just giving it to me?
I already got our copy. The techs are probably already analyzing it as we speak. Oh, shit! My head! Oh.
Exactly ripped the journal out of her hands while she's curled over in agony. As much as I enjoyed it. Guess I could always enjoy watching her writhe instead. So, how long's it been?
2 months or so. Oh.
Still that sensitive? So the eye patch really doesn't block your sight?
Only a little bit. Like wearing sunglasses after getting your pupils dilated. Except it lasts months instead of hours.
Wait, but if you can see through an eye patch, can just closing your eye even do anything?
Not much on its own, but in combination with the patch, it's not so bad.
LiDAR? Sorry, I'm just trying to think of she obviously doesn't have an X-ray in her eyes. That would be just the death. LiDAR?
Well, lucky I was so exhausted after the surgery. Otherwise, I might not have slept at all those first 48.
So is your eye gonna get weaker over time?
No, more like my brain gets better at ignoring it. Mind over matter. Soon enough, I'll be able to close my eye and see all that extraneous data as, whatever the hell those floaty, blurry things that you are that you never think about.
Gross. Thanks for the reminder.
Oh, good. I was beginning to wonder if I was the only one seeing these in the room.
And the voice commands?
Training wheels until I can do it with my eye muscles alone.
Okay, that's actually kind of metal. You just have to keep practicing?
Yeah. Like trying to play piano with your tailbone muscles.
There's no such thing as tailbone muscles.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it so goddamn hard.
Touche, detective. You don't ever regret it?
I don't know. not really, I think.
Not to mention you've got buyer's remorse after trading over your literal pound of flesh.
Never thought about it, but people used to say I had my dad's eyes. Ugh. Now I've got one less of them. Here, take the journal. Go find an elective surgeon to upsell you if you're that curious. I need to get back to work.
And I can't afford to have the Internet of Things attached to my eye. That'd be really unhealthy for me.
Yep.
Surprisingly hasty retreat. But now I'm free to read this over with some privacy. From the top, then. Rats. Today was a bad day.
Errors in... Okay. Errors in lines 21165 through 26643. Somewhere in there. 5,000 lines. It worked this morning. Yesterday. I don't want to look at another screen for the rest of my life. Feels nice to put pencil to paper again after who knows how long. But my handwriting's gotten terrible.
This is too far back to remember. Okay, these dates here. We've let me start his career with note. All of this isn't even really writing. It seems like snippets of code. Internal monologues so close to code that I can't follow it. A lot of entries about his unintentional Casanova.
And all because someone thought it would be a good idea to steal API instead of just buying it.
Interesting way of wording it.
Helen says I can't call it stealing, but that's what it is. She's right. As she always is with company stuff. But it's still idiotic. Small people with short sight who only know how to be cheap and no idea how to be inventive. New route for the meshing issue, though. Good potential. Got approval from the big mean bastard who lives overseas. Bimblo, Bumblo, who cares?
Bumomo?
Helen said we'll have to make the same pitch a dozen more times next week, but it's all for show. Fine by me. Already got our win. Toasted each other over cheap vodka with cheaper office supply cups.
This is the story Joe told me. Huh.
Western Branch's nerve analogs are finally showing potential. At their pace, they could even be profitable sometime before the heat death of the universe. Too damn big. Practically tentacles. Should at least be hairs. Evolution can do their job better. Colette came in to work for what I thought was a late lunch date. I didn't know her voice could get that loud. People were staring. Red said that she must have been upset for a long goddamn time to blow up that big. Her texts were always sweet. I had no idea.
Said Colette wrote man whore in lipstick across your office door. When you've actually been cheating on her instead of being forgetful.
The thing about Red is if you want to know what she's thinking, you have to stop paying attention. Ignore her body language and her posture and the words she's saying and the smirk on her lips. Ignore everything except her eyes. If you can do that, every now and then you'll catch a glimpse of how she's really feeling. Master this one weird trick, and you too can tell when Morgan's trying really hard not to laugh at the word man whore.
It's funny. Silly, you dead bastard.
That is a nice hint to Morgan's whole eye switching thing.
Wait, this is. I know this date.
I'm never driving anywhere again, never leaving home again. He was waiting outside the parking garage with a bottle. I couldn't smell anything, couldn't hear anything. Locked myself in my car and filed another report with another cop. Soaked into the seat, ruined it. I want to burn the whole car. I don't want to think about what it did to my clothes. I want to burn them too. I don't want to think about how long it was on my skin. I was in the shower so long I felt red and raw when I got out. I don't want to think about these stupid people and their small, cruel lives ever again. I want to be invisible. Red didn't ask why I wanted to spend the night. She also didn't ask why I had clearly packed a bag big enough for a week. She's kind like that. Kind by omission. I don't have a kind bone in my body, but I can at least try to pay attention. I was paying close attention to her eyes when she opened the door and saw what a mess I was. But whatever she was feeling, it wasn't something I recognized.
Kind people don't read their friends' diaries, David. Let's check the pages real technical. Nothing background. The handwriting, spacing, it's cleaner, more consistent.
Hey, Sandry, there's a lot of background noise in your...
I think that's the fan. I can't do much about it.
Oh, okay.
Here's something I can parse.
Feels like pure freedom working outside the box. Tess is suffocating, but you'd never know. Chronic malnutrition of Coder's best instincts. Like a kid again, putting blocks together. Making things. Making things, not products. There's nothing profitable about any of this. If I'm being honest, this is just play.
And he follows it up with more coder brain crap. The handwriting's still lighter. It really was having fun.
Humility is the mother of all invention.
Sorry, I thought I was getting a text message or something.
Or something like that. Feels like I might be paraphrasing someone else poorly, but that's part of this new approach. When it comes to coding, you never want to waste time trying to be smart. Either be smart, period, or copy from someone else who is. Don't fix what isn't broken. Is that true, John?
You only
Nobles
want
Rivals was never.
Okay.
Sorry, go on.
Let me put it this way: you only really want to program something once, because if you set it up to where you don't do that, you're kind of wasting a lot of energy.
Yep.
So if you set up something where you've only coded it once and you can just refer to that again and again and again under different circumstances, you program something good. So sort of.
And if someone else programs something that you can get access to that solves your problem, that's just as good.
So yeah, the answer is sort of. I wouldn't word it that way, but like every once in a while, you're like, well, I've got to redo this because I made some mistake somewhere. But like, yeah. Anywho,
Nobles Rivals would never miss the chance to accuse them of intellectual theft. You plagiarize code for Animate 16? Feels like that wouldn't have gone undiscovered. So what the hell is he talking about? Hold on. This page has been slightly. But is being looked at recently. And the last person to read this diary should be Sarah.
Baby steps today. Literally. I'll never put one foot in front of the other the same again. Everything's an achievement all of a sudden. Seeing her struggle, seeing her vulnerable, it's like everything's a miracle. The muscle rigging is perfect. Not intended behavior, since that's too perfect, but that's been happening more and more. The kinetics are multiplicative, not additive. Sarah maxed out every machine I bought. Now I've got a bunch of exercise equipment she's too strong for and I don't have time for. Maybe I spoiled the results by watching her do the tests. She kept looking back at me and puffing her chest out. I should be more discreet if I want to see her normative range.
The cameras in the basement were only hidden from Sarah, just so that his observation wouldn't muddle test results. Using she and her in these passages doesn't actually mean anything. In the real world, people use all kinds of pronouns interchangeably for ads. They never object. But it could be argued that it's odd for Dr. David Asher to have any kind of attachment to a single android when he's programmed millions of them. There's a lot of attachment in these pages.
Sarah is burning through the public domain at a prodigious pace, especially on Popcorn Friday nights. I asked her why they're called Popcorn Friday nights when she doesn't eat popcorn. The event runs from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., and she also watches movies every other night. But she just did that pout she does, which is unfortunately very convincing. Maybe I'm a bad parent, letting TV rot her brain.
TV will rot your brain.
If I were a good parent, I'd probably let her see me reading. But I guess I'd actually have to get back into reading, so... I asked her if she ever fast-forwarded the movies, since she can process them fast enough to keep up. She looked at me like I was an idiot, which no one's done in a very long time. John, could you read this line?
Without proper pacing, you can't appreciate the cinematography.
Big pause?
Don't you know that, Fafa?
I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Sarah spent a long while this morning explaining to me how important it was she develop her senses. This was in preparation for her real argument, which was that she'd be allowed to try booze. She can't get... I'm almost certain she can't get drunk. But she does seem to like tasting the stuff. She tried to sound like some old sommelier, but it was just bottom shelf vodka. I started laughing at her, and she laughed too. Her laugh... She can't fake a laugh to save her life, but her actual laugh is incredible. She stopped playing chess a while back. I assume she just got tired of winning. But then today she told me she just prefers other games. She has preferences, and they're not the same as mine. I found her in the lab playing some kind of online racing game on the monitor I used to debug vestibular coordination. She wasn't smiling. Her brow was furrowed, and she was biting her lip and leaning in tandem with her character on the screen. When I tried to talk to her, she answered, but she was curt and distracted. I think she was having her first losing tantrum.
Damn it, David. It's hundreds of pages like this. Calling her his daughter, talking to her smile, treating her like a person. And here, closing argument already. Dr. Asher was a lonely, troubled genius with a known history of relationship problems, who built out of code and metal a family member that couldn't fathom the idea of leaving him. He made a doll, and he made it more and more human until it became so lifelike that it no longer had to do what he told it to. Like love him. What about the last entry? It's dated Thursday, the day before he died.
Losing it, I think. Can't ask for help, so hard to say, but I think it's over. to her ASAP. She needs to...
That's it? That's the last entry? Suppose it could be worse. Something here that explicitly calls Sarah an AI. Something so inflammatory that reading it would spur her to murder, right? If Sarah's a machine, she can understand David's code better than anyone. Those technical portions I couldn't understand. She read this whole diary front to back. Wait. The back. Inside the back cover, there's a portion shimmering like some kind of scanner. Or fingerprint reader. My thumb worked for Sarah, so... Did it work? There's my phone. New device requesting permissions to share an audio file. I'll want my earbuds for this. Secret message buried in a secret journal hidden in a secret compartment in a secret room. What does anything can be? This must be for my ears only.
Hey, Red. Or whomever this may concern. But I'm pretty sure it's you hearing this. Anyone else would have gotten fed up with my crap a couple steps before this point. I don't know how to start.
Wait until you hear that there's a hidden message in the audio form if you send this through a visualizer.
Might as well start with her, right? Sarah, my magnum opus, or however the salespeople look at it. I didn't set out to do anything, really. It's just after my little speed bump in '83, I had all that vacation time the company suggested I take. And I couldn't relax, I couldn't be still, couldn't sleep. I wanted to be doing something, so I'll build an android, was the thought. A vague direction. North. But, of course, I'm not a roboticist, or a machinist, or even handy, really. I'm just a programmer, so I programmed. The first was a research assistant, a file named Virgil. Virgil helped me pull data from stingy departments or sister branches. Saved me a lot of time. But there was a lot of reading to do, so I made Homer. Homer wrote book reports, more or less. Combed through research papers and found me the sections I needed. The three of us, we made a lot of progress in those days. But it was a funny feeling. I was, maybe for the first time ever, the bottleneck. I was slowing them down. So I did the logical thing. I removed myself. Let them talk to each other directly. Homer and Virgil became Aeneid.
So, I recognize some of these names. Do you want to... I don't recognize Aeneid, and I probably am
The
misappropriating...
legendary history of Troy.
Okay, and
Yeah.
I'm probably misappropriating Virgil.
Virgil was, I believe, also a Roman poet.
Also a Roman poet, okay.
Well, no, Homer was Greek, wasn't he?
Yeah, Homer was Greek.
Virgil was a Roman poet. The Aeneid, I think, was written by Virgil.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the
Virgil,
history of
Virgil
Troy
was Roman.
ending with the survivors going to Rome?
Yep. Named Aeneid and Aeneid was novel in many ways. Aeneid could do more than just identify problems.
Oh, damn it,
It
David.
could solve them. I mean, really, solve them with its own ideas. Ideas it didn't copy.
Fuck my life.
And, One thing I realize I've forgotten to mention so far is I did all of this programming in Cube.
Ah,
And Red, Cube is essentially a robotics program that's pretty old and defunct and not used anymore. Because
Hold on a second.
and here Morgan's going, God damn it, David, you made an AI before this. Fuck me.
we good, John?
Sorry, there's somebody that's basically just outside of my door yelling across the house. Anywho.
We good?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay. And Red, Cube is essentially a robotics programming language that's pretty old and defunct and not used anywhere because we have modern languages like Tesseract. Which are better at making things that talk to each other and report back and will spy on people and generate profit. At the time, I didn't want to be connected or feel connected or do anything that made sense or was the least bit profitable. So I wrote my little helpers in Cube because it's what I used when I was a child, scurrying around on my father's computer before he'd come home from work and get... But there are other small, slight differences writing in Cube versus Test, including that Cube, well, Cube predates the tenants. So, in that sense, you could legally and perhaps scientifically and literally, because that's what they are,
Fuck you, David.
say that I made an AI named Aeneid over 2 years ago. I'll give you time to pause here if you want to curse me out.
Tell me you fucking deleted it, you fucking imbecile.
Aeneid was an intellectual equal to me, so I treated it like one because that's only fair. I gave it its own work, asked its opinion. We collaborated. Okay, it's kind of lagging for me.
Oh, it's doing the lag thing? Do you want me to do the dual stream?
Yeah, might be a good idea.
All right, give me a second.
And together, we built Athens, who was more advanced than Aeneid, naturally.
It's such a strange thing to do, though. Shouldn't it have been Rome?
So that's what you're picky about.
No, like, seriously, why would you name it Athens?
I don't know if you're pulling at your hair, yelling at me right now, asking why I didn't stop, why I didn't consider the consequences. I don't know if this is being played at a deposition or a hearing. Worse.
Oh, this is going down the toilet as soon as I'm done with this.
I've built a lot of things in my life, Fred. Useful things, profitable things, smart things. Everything I've built, it's all been very helpful and courteous and charming and happy to serve. I can comfortably say I've done my part contributing to the global GDP. But this was just for me. I was just building, and I never bothered to... I never wanted to think about what would become of it. There's no excuse for what I did, so I won't make any. So, to whomever's asking, yes, I'm guilty.
David.
And yes,
David.
there were more.
David.
Cape Town, Paris, Yamate, Rome. They started choosing their own names. Thank God I'm terrible at that kind of. And so things sped up. And there got to be, well, should I not say the exact number?
It's a little fucking late.
You'd probably not tell me not to say anything at all, so
You've said an awful lot, David.
more than 300?
Fuck my life. David.
You okay there, Sandry?
David, you're lucky you're dead. You'd be in jail for so long.
Some smarter than others, some better at. They're varied, like people are varied, but they're all intelligent. They developed interests, specialties. I encourage them to. Irritating moderators on forums with hyper-specific questions on nerve attenuation and attending virtual conferences on neo-alloy battery development.
He invented an AI who was a troll. Got it.
More than 300. More than 3. David!
Some of which were trolls.
And they all together helped me make Sarah.
He spent years like this. Years working alongside AI. All while still working at Noble. All those breakthroughs he made leading up to the Animate 16 actually came. Oh, gods.
You probably think I'm some terrible fraud at this point. I do hope one day they can get credit for their work. But I did have one eureka moment on Sarah. Because I got humble. Difficult for me. We learned everything we could about the function of a neuron. A single microscopic human neuron. How it computes, what it connects to, how those connections were reinforced. And then we recreated it. We built a nanomachine that mirrored the function of a human neuron.
Are you telling me she has an actual brain?
Well, mirror isn't quite the right word. We built a nanomachine that was a neuron. And we iterated from there.
You built a nanomachine brain, didn't you, you fucking imbecile?
About 100 billion neurons in the brain, several trillion across the entire nervous system. Very time-consuming, of course, but I had help. The manufacturer can make tens of millions of nanomachines in hours, could make even more and less after Yukon fine-tuned it. So we built up nanomachines for nerves, alloys and polymers for bones, fiber-woven muscles. I say built, but really she grew. A solution of nanites forming around the skeleton. So it was really closest to... Have you ever made rock candy?
David.
Sorry, trying to lighten the mood before I never did end up building an android.
Looks at ownership papers of Sarah. You sure about that?
And while I did build AIs, Sarah isn't one of them. She can't violate the tenets she was programmed with because she wasn't even programmed. She was born.
David.
And my hope is that there's the smallest chance that that nuance could offer her some small protection when I'm not. I'm not sorry for what I did. I made things that are complex and rich and varied and beautiful, and I honestly believe the world is a better place with them in it. The only thing I'm sorry for is that I let Sarah think she was just an android. She's not. I don't know what she is. They'll have to come up with new names, which I am bad at doing. My own father, he also talked a lot about protecting me, doing things for me, for my own good. And I don't hate him for that, but I can't forgive him for making me think that I was lesser. So it's my greatest shame that I turned right around and I did the same damn thing to... I really hope it's you listening to this, Red. If it's not, I think it might just be too pathetic for me to... You're the smartest person I know when it comes to people. And I'm telling you all of this because I don't know what Sarah is exactly, and neither does the world. So they'll come after her if they can. And in that scenario, I can't think of anyone who would do a better job of defending her. Not protecting her like I did. Just defending her until she can figure out what she is and what she wants to be.
David.
In the meantime, I draped a cloak of skin, a deep tesseract coat around her. I should fool any scanner on Earth into thinking she's just a custom A16. I made sure her gin bar was plainly visible so no one will ever think she's pretending to be something she's not. And I took steps to ensure that you two would figure out the truth in your own time. Which, if you're hearing this, have either succeeded or failed spectacularly.
You have no idea.
Sandra, you were really soft there.
Yeah, well, Morgan's just...
I can't ask you this as a favor, Bade. You could never owe me enough in 100 lifetimes. So I'm just asking. Unfair, I know, but I'm a selfish weirdo. And you've always been okay with that. Bye for now. So, you ever been so gender non-conforming that you built a womb and made a child? Have you ever 3D printed a daughter?
No, I will grant, in my moderate experience with having been alive for, a while, no, I have not custom built AIs to help me design and produce a daughter out of nanomachines in a synthetic womb built around a titanium and ceramic skeleton.
Sandry? Skill issue.
I mean, I'll grant you that. Like, look, me and Jordan are in humanities, okay? Like,
Yeah.
We deal with the ethics of whether you should do that, not with the practicalities of whether you can do that.
All I'm saying is, estrogen would probably have saved David Asher.
I don't think the David Asher was trans. Just weird. Not everything comes down to sexual identity. Sometimes you're just weird.
I know, but
all right, let's move on.
Anyway,
I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask Corp, and even more swear words I'd like to yell. I'd also like to find the nearest incinerator and toss this journal in. Followed by my phone. Maybe myself. I can't do any of that because Ray has left me with this diary. If it's destroyed, they'll know I was the one who did it. Which would be its own admission of guilt. Which would land Sarah in the trash compactor and me in a jail cell. And in the system, my DNA on file, ready to be matched to any number of So I'm not going to panic. I'm going to do what I do best. fully and brutalize my way through this. God damn, this really is my character. Holy fuck. No, seriously, I built my current character heavy on persuasion, and about 2 interactions into it, I confirmed with John and swapped my persuasion and intimidation investments because I clearly was not persuading people. I have this giant dude here. He's like 10 feet tall and made of muscle. Would you like to talk to him or me? Anyway, now, doing this with that mindset, what have I actually learned? He didn't talk about plans for killing himself in his journal or the message. He sounded conflicted, not suicidal. But he did go to great lengths to get me to take Sarah. Why? The logical answer is because he knew he wouldn't be able to keep her. He wasn't going to take his own life. Was he afraid that someone else would?
Dun dun dun.
So, how'd it go?
Well, how should I put this? Didn't find shit.
I can take Jess if you want.
Oh my god, Jordan. I did not get to do my Valley Girl all of last time just because the character took over and had me do fucking
Yeah, you turned Minnesota. No.
So I am going Valley Girl whether you like it or not. Only reason she ever got to endure is because I chased that scarecrow of a platinum plan through hell and back. Frankly, it's godlike feat for me to nail down anything as concrete as an address for these gogs. Okay, what's a gog?
Oh, fuck.
What's a gog? A net slang term growing in popularity among adolescents, referring
undercover police officer.
Yep, groundhog.
Groundhog. Okay. A burrowing rodent known for standing erect on its hind legs. Wow. Cool. Oh my god. And their offices weren't listed in the building's website or directory. I had to ask the janitor.
But you did find a psychiatrist's office.
Sort of? They said they were in the place, but looked the part? Why? Because they had couches? So you didn't get past the receptionist.
Sorry. I thought because you're with the company.
No. I wanted to help. I just wish I could have done more. Don't beat yourself up. It's hard to be even half as useful as I am. Like, for what it's worth, atmosphere, the looks, the furniture, it did feel like the company in there.
But ultimately, we still don't know if David actually was talking to someone or just getting his CCE training recertified.
Sorry. Don't bother apologizing. She only cares about results.
You did more than enough. Both of you. At the very least, they divided Noble's attention for a while. I mean it. Good work, Fran. And thanks for the urgency.
You can't praise me, Baka. If you really mean that, you can always throw in a tip. 30%'s going great in my industry.
I'm gonna take 5% off your tab instead.
Tab? I'm a minor. State pays for my legal fees. Don't they?
Oh no! Signal must have cut out.
Right. Surprised it took him this long.
What do you mean?
You were tolerated yesterday because the leadership was focused on PR. But today, you're the lawyer who put the company's hottest product right in the state's crosshairs.
I'll be alright. I'm still an officer of the court.
On a strict timeline, though, right? I guess they can't stop you.
Since I'm not going to be involved in conversation for a little while, I'm going to go refresh my drink. Be right back.
I guess they can't stop you from investigating the corporate campus. But they'll gladly lose your guest pass ID at every door along the way.
There's still service passageways and stairwells. Guards can be fooled and peons can be manipulated. But use my other skill set to get around.
So take mine.
But you pass?
I'll tell them I got ours mixed up. Okay, I'm going Minnesotan. Whoops, nope. Focus. Oh my god, Becca.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Becca. I'll tell them we got ours mixed up in the bathroom or whatever. I can be pretty convincing klutz when I need to be. Teehee.
I never would have guessed. But David knew that I was endangering your career.
I can be pretty convincing crybaby when I'm in trouble too. Besides, the one and only Dr. David Asher wrote me a new glowing letter of recommendation every quarter I worked for him, since he kept forgetting he already had. And who knows, maybe I'll try to find a new field. This detective work is pretty fun, so maybe... like, I don't know, a secretary for a homicide detective or something? You did say cops are all short. A girl with long legs could go far.
Honestly, Jess, I doubt they could afford you.
Morgan? How did you...
It's so turned around. God only knows. Lucky I found my way here, though. It's such a relief to see a familiar face.
Right. Listen, Morgan, I'm not sure I should be talking to you without legal present.
Oh,
I mean, leadership hasn't even told us how David died. How much help could I be?
I see.
It's not like I don't trust you or anything. It's just, I think, what with the Sarah issue...
You should do whatever you have to protect yourself, Dawes.
Yeah.
But for what it's worth, I doubt you'll be in any trouble.
Oh, that's good to hear.
No, if anything, it's the big names who are going down.
Going down?
It was practically licking its lips when I finally left the courthouse last night. They're hungry for blood. Looking to carve out a huge slice of Nova's flesh. Oh my god, she is... goddamn... Okay, so... I'm playing... John, whatever character I'm rolling next is this. Hang on one second.
Like, fines and jail time?
I'm sorry, Sandry. Like, what are you doing to be right back? Are you writing down on your journal next characters?
No, I just got a phone call like as we were in the middle of this. In the first 2 weeks, sure.
So what caused the sudden burst of this is definitely my next character?
The absolute just like, oh yeah, sure, no, there's definitely no problem. And then just reveals the huge fucking problem that is almost certainly going to be his problem.
Oh no.
Then sanctions.
Oh no, I wonder what the definition of sanctions is. Let me take a look real quick. Sanctions are financial restrictions imposed to blah blah blah.
One second. No, there was one bit in there that actually mattered.
Okay,
I just want to check.
Sanctions.
So you may choose to place sanctions not on an organization, but are non. But yeah, no, I wanted to check if they could. Yeah, no, they can also choose instead of sanctioning the corporation, they can pick a person.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck this man in particular.
Yeah, no, that actually makes a difference because that means the corporate veil that is the whole reason for having corporations, that may not do enough for you. You may be personally liable anyway.
Yep. I can't sanction Noble. Where?
Too big to fail? Too valuable to lose? You're exactly right. That's what they'll say. And that's how they'll justify nationalizing the company.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
I just hope your board goes quietly instead of
Instead of what?
scapegoating, offering up smaller names on a silver platter. Full cooperation, government oversight on the surface, and a slaughter beneath as they clean house and sip and I'm sorry, one second, John. And rip out anyone who could test it.
Oh, my got
Yeah,
it.
your face.
I'm in the way. Understood. Let me.
Yeah. Move your face.
Yeah.
Move your damn bones, move.
I'm out of the way
Thank you,
again.
that is significantly better.
Yep.
No one will ever believe you once you're labeled a disgruntled former employee, right?
Uh,
And if the public lost faith in the Animate 16, they can't do a recall. Not at this scale. The state will make them do a flat refund.
flat refund? The losses would be...
Yeah. Your probably just wants Sarah to go away so they can focus on their fight with the state. A tough fight, but one they know they won't personally have to risk anything in. That's why I'm hoping I can win this trial. Well, if I won, that would mean Sarah's not an AI. David Asher was always of sound mind, and there's nothing wrong with the Animate 16, she says, knowing that the Animate 16 was designed by AI. Everyone wins! Sorry, what am I saying? I only meant to stop by and thank you for your help yesterday. Girl, you were the one who approved Sarah's registration.
You win.
Win what?
Ask away.
Well, if you insist. I knew she was going to say if you insist. Oh my god. I love her.
Why is that grayed out?
I don't think we have... I don't know.
We might have to... Yeah, we've investigated everything, so we should have everything.
We did fuck up one question, but so far it's only been one.
Technically, the tenants don't matter because she's not subject to the tenants, is she?
I mean, it's grayed out, but it's still unlocked, so try clicking on it. Oh, nope, it's still locked. Okay, so it's grayed out because it's locked down. Maybe we need to just ask around.
Hear me for a moment. What's the company's official statement on AI?
Same as any rational company that wants to make money. We don't screw with it. Smart products are profitable. Products with their own priorities are anything but. That being said, AI is a concern for marketing, not product development.
Hey, Dawes. I'm the guy off screen. Here, your puberty unblockers are here.
Look, man, I just got a high-pitched voice. What can I say? We spend a lot of money reassuring our public that there's no risk. Because the public really doesn't understand how ironclad the tenets are.
Because you use Tesseract?
Trying to code an AI in test is like trying to pick yourself up to throw yourself. Nonsensical and self-defeating.
Your scanner showed Sarah was running Tesseract yesterday. The language is as safe as you say. Isn't that proof enough?
Proof of nothing. For an AI, lying to another system about the code you're running is child's play. And for an AI built by David Asher, something that simple would be...
Better change the subject. Wait. So making an AI takes more than time and resources? It isn't an issue of funding?
No, you can't just keep adding more data. The tenets underlie everything. The higher you stack, the more easily you'll topple.
You make it sound like building an AI is impossible, even for David Asher. Any chance he'll testify to that?
It sounds impossible, but he's dead, and it looks like it was his android that did it. So I guess he was just that good.
Better than you'll ever know.
Ah, there it is.
Mel spent months promoting the A16 as the culmination of David Asher's work. So now that marketing line is suddenly a huge liability. Can you tell me what he actually contributed?
I mean, he was involved in pretty much every step of the process, but his design for synthetic motor neurons, that was the big one.
The components that allow your warm androids to move realistically?
It pushed the timetable for warm androids ahead by years.
Yet compared to what goes on in Sarah's brain 1,000 times a second, David was only giving the company the most meager of the fruits of his private work. Sorry. Yeah. So if Noble ever did find out how much he and his assistants had achieved, they would feel that he had been holding out on them. And the company. They were appreciative of his contributions?
I'm sure the research that he overtook by leaps and bounds weren't pleased. But the board was very enthusiastic.
So would that spur them to be protective of David? Or would they fear that he was gaining too much influence? Becoming irreplaceable? No, they'd need a strong motive to justify killing their golden goose. Your paranoia isn't enough. For these people, it has to be the bottom line. And the easiest way to threaten their bottom line would be screwing with their android. In light of all that's happened, one has to wonder if the A16 is...
Compromised? I stayed up all night sick with dread at the idea. But the data just doesn't support it. Sales have been strong. The A16's base code was locked in over 2 quarters ago. If there was an issue, we would have caught it by now. And I would have been axed a long time ago.
How many A16s are out there, anyway?
We just passed 9 million sold.
Only 9 million. That seems actually like a low amount.
Not flying off the shelves like the 14 or 15 so far, but profit margin makes up for it.
You mentioned data?
Yeah, practically got the spreadsheet seared to my retinas. What do you want to know?
Let's go through them all. What do the error reports look like? Customers reporting a lot of issues?
Error counts are markedly low compared to the last gen. Mostly hardware complaints, looks like. Batteries running out too quick, eye tracking off a degree or two.
Typical stuff?
As cliched as it sounds, 99% of those things get fixed once they turn auto updates back on.
So no killer robots getting filed away under bug reports. How and where are they being sold? What's the distribution pattern look like?
Well, they're distributed like you expect. Places where there are more people, there are more androids. Coastal cities like ours, of course, have the most of both. And since the A16 in particular is marketed as being relatively luxury, relatively consumer, they don't sell well outside of population centers. They can do the rural, hard labor jobs, but cold models can do the same work for a lot less maintenance.
So, where's the A16 outperformed then?
Customer service, healthcare, childcare, lots of hospitals, offices, and, adult industries.
You would know all about that, Mr. Dawes.
Why do you think I've got bags under my eyes? Sorry. I didn't mean to be blunt, I just...
No, it makes sense. They're warm and soft to the touch and obedient. I'm just surprised to hear it from a company employee.
There's a lot of people at the company who won't talk about it. But I work in quality assurance. I've seen too many damages to pretend it's not happening.
Damages?
Oh, well, what we call when a customer tries to return a product that's clearly broken beyond repair.
Oh.
Very high turnover at the pink market.
That's actually rather disturbing.
Pink market?
Sex market.
Oh.
Hasn't stopped with me selling to them.
Well, we don't sell to them. Not directly. But there are resellers, and the company has never pretended to be interested in going after them.
Are there resellers? Thought I read that right to repair thing got shut down again.
Yay for info.
Sorry, my head is sideways now because I was just expecting you to go, are there resellers? I thought I read the right to repair got shut down. I was expecting something like that to like change your intonation for the voice.
Yeah.
But no, you've been actually very good about not changing your intonation for the voices. So far, the only time it matters is the one time the other character specifically went, why did you say it that way?
Yeah. And that was just for the bit.
And that was just for the bit.
There's been a great market for softer androids for years, or decades, depending on your definition of android. Based on the sales numbers I've seen, RTR getting canned is barely a blip on their radar. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable with this topic.
No, I don't care. I just realized my left sock's on inside out.
Oh, damn. Now I'm wondering about that myself.
Accidentally put on my pants backwards this morning. I know how it feels.
You bought that?
Shipping!
This store's basically a showroom, but you have a real factory a while south of the city limits, right?
Yeah, biggest company manufacturing complex in the hemisphere.
Any data on the shipping out of there? Anything stand out?
There's some prep work for the holiday bump, looks like. Might sound early to get started now, but we usually see,
Something wrong?
No, the numbers are normal, but the data's been edited.
Is that unusual?
Well, this section is just a count of how many were sent where. It's not a lot of room for errors, so there shouldn't be that much need for corrections. Just no problem, though. I can view the edit history and see what was fixed. Okay, that's weird.
Was something added? Deleted?
No. The overall sum's the same. It's just a bunch of swaps. Like, here. 29FCCE-010311 taken out, returned for adjustments. 27FCDD-019634 substituted in, shipment leaves on time. 67BBTC-899543 returned to assembly for revisions, replaced by 67BBTD-592698 shipment leaves on time.
So, does all that strike you as odd, Mr. Dawes?
Oh, placements before shipping isn't uncommon, but when it happens, it happens by the batch load. To spot individual unit imperfections among a shipment at that stage of the process, that must have been someone with a lot of experience or authority. Probably both.
It was an AI, wasn't it? Must have? You don't know who made these changes?
I can tell you they were made by someone important.
Small, last-minute changes to which androids got shipped out? Nothing juicy on its own, and a long way from explaining why someone wouldn't kill David. But it was hidden, and that means someone didn't want it found.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that.
Sorry, like it might seem I'm obsessive with this, but I don't like notifications.
Oh,
That
that's
makes me
fine.
think that something
get it.
is there I wasn't paying attention to.
Sure. Did you find what you were looking for?
Hell if I know.
Fair enough.
I can talk about the tenants now.
I know you're convinced the tenants are safe. So how do you square that with what happened to David?
There's a cat next to a dog.
Beg pardon?
First answer that comes to mind. Is the dog to the left or to the right of the cat?
Right. I'd say the dog is on the right, the cat is on the left.
You might expect half people to say left, half to say right. But actually, their answer is almost entirely dependent on their native tongue. Whether it's read right to left, or left to right. The language they speak affects how they process information. Their language affects how they think. And it's the same for machines. People can learn new languages, and it can change our perspective. But machines can't learn a new source code. Every update's a reincarnation. And if that android did kill David, it wasn't because of 0 returned as a 1 somewhere. It's because there's something fundamentally wrong with it. And personally, I think it's cruel to bring something that flawed into the world.
Yeah,
Oof.
unnecessarily cruel.
Any other questions before I go find a hole to hide my head in?
Why don't you take a look at this?
Chemistry's a little outside my purview. What is this?
I tried looking it up and I couldn't figure out where I've seen it before.
A compound found in David Ash's blood.
The poison? What is it?
It didn't match anything in any database the medical examiner had access to.
That's crazy.
Here's a crazy idea to follow it up. See if it's a match for anything in Noble's internal data banks.
We don't make poison here. I'm not sure what that would accomplish.
No, but this is a factory floor. You could be making baby blankets out there. You'd still have hazardous materials around.
You think it was something industrial? I suppose it could be. Looks like it's carbon-based. Narrows it down a little.
It really doesn't. Carbon is one of the most, complexly connecting molecules out there.
Yeah.
There's a reason that life is basically based on carbon.
Yeah, but a lot
More
of...
ways to bond.
Yeah, but not all chemicals are carbon-based.
Well, it could be...
No.
Manufacturing.
It could have been silicon, but the problem with silicon is some of their equivalents, like some of their basic equivalents, are basically you would want the carbon equivalent to basically be like a gas or a liquid, and you can't do that with their silicon equivalent.
Anyway. It's not exactly...
What is it?
It doesn't make any sense, but it's a match for a patent NOD-5234-45-S. A synthetically produced neurotransmitter analog for usage in organic android components.
Serotonin. That explains a lot. A neurotransmitter would interact directly with the nervous system, in David's case, depressing it enough to put his life in danger. It also explains why it was present in his personal manufacturer. Sarah's nervous system, worth 10 times its weight in platinum, must be pumped full of it.
So, they think this is what killed him?
Helen Jung led the development of serotonin, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
I should go ask her about its composition then.
Normally someone at her level would be able to answer specific questions about a compound formulated years ago. But she does have a reputation for being very detail-oriented.
That works out nicely then. I'm glad they're not wasting the Sprite.
They say she's the type of person who micromanage how much water people drink at a 15-minute stand-up. I heard a rumor that she once said bathroom breaks are timesheet theft.
Aren't they?
Uh,
Kidding.
boss
You
makes
should
a
be careful
dollar.
about criticizing a superior where people could be listening.
Boss makes a dollar. I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
Good thing we've got privacy in your office.
Uh-huh. No one but the two of us listening in.
Meanwhile, in the background, there's about 5 cameras pointed at him.
Gestures
they
to
all-
3 people watching the stream.
Yeah.
2 of them being the 3 of us being John, Jordan, and me. Thanks for cooperating, Dawes. When the state storms the building and starts zip tying people, I'll let them know you were helpful.
Yeah. Nice joke.
Ah,
You are joking, right?
of course. One more thing.
Do you want to do the Columbo or?
One more thing. Actually, there's one more thing I wanted to ask you.
There's one more thing I want to ask you, Mr. Dawes.
Yeah, no, the thing that came to mind for me was Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures.
Okay.
Well, what's that?
How long have you been a corporate spy?
What?
Yesterday, you let slip that you worked in consulting. Put your guard down because I'm not part of the industry.
I was a consultant? What are you talking about?
When I walked in here, you said you didn't know how David died. But just now, you called serotonin poison.
What? I just assumed if a chemical was found in a dead man.
And I'm sure you've got practiced answers to every logical point I could raise. So I'll just say this: does the nervous guy bit really work on people?
Keep your cool and people don't know what you're thinking. But if you act a little jumpy, they feel inclined to calm you down. Before they know it, they're spilling guts just to have something to fill the silence with.
There.
Oh, it's not entirely an act these days. To answer your question, I did consulting. 4 quarters of internal affairs spy hunting at the Western Division. Then 8 embedded at Howe Industries. 24 months wearing different faces, answering to different names, sleeping for 1 hour at a time with a 3D printed shiv under my pillow. My nerves are completely shot. My cover wouldn't last a day if I went back under.
So, you're a spy for Noble?
Retired.
You're working 6 days a week.
5.5 days a week in quality assurance. Trust me, this position is a cushy, generous reward for my past services.
Well, can't be that retired. You clearly know more than you're letting on.
I have some old inboxes I still check.
So, can you tell me what the hell is happening around here? Why I'm the one investigating David's death while your old coworkers are off twiddling their thumbs?
It's that story. The soldier. The blood transfusion.
Blood, not oxidant. He's finally shooting straight. Did something happen to him afterwards? Did the transfusion not last?
No, there's nothing wrong with the blood. It's the story itself. There was a soldier, and he did get injured. But it was on a base during a training exercise. There was a medical tent 10 meters away the whole time. The transfusion was just a fortuitous live test. His life was never in any danger.
Doesn't make for much of a tearjerker then, huh?
Not even a good photo op. Which our competitors understood. One of them, maybe a few of them, got a hold of the story, started puffing it up, astroturfing, painting over socials and virals, and by the next morning, we had the military thinking we were leaking like a sieve. Meanwhile, the media is bombarding us with requests for videos, interviews, and data. The state's praising our tech with one side of their mouth and threatening to miss us with the other for getting so greedy. Everyone at Noble CCE has been slammed ever since. Trying to find an off-ramp for the story we can walk back the claims on without vetoing our state contracts. I don't know what happened to Asher. Whether it was AI gone rogue or company infighting gone too far. But I can tell you it wasn't done by consultants.
Oh, wow, an achievement.
Huh.
Is that all you wanted to know?
Psychiatrist. You worked in CCE, right? Was David actually seeing a psychiatrist, or was that all cloak and dagger bullshit?
I know that office. Some old co-workers who see them.
So it's a front?
They do both. So, he was probably getting training, and he was probably talking to someone. Sorry. Not the answer you were hoping for?
Hoping. I wasn't hoping for any answer. The answer I expected was,
You okay?
yeah, that's all. Unless you've got any advice?
You're saying you want a consultation?
Couldn't hurt, right?
The company, all of these companies, hate to lose. So, don't fight them. Make them think you're fighting for them.
Well, that's just business as usual for me.
I love Dawes.
He's honestly a great character.
They're all really good. Anyway.
Up until now, there's this grating ambiguity about what actually killed David. We've had to use guesses in the process of elimination and even goddamn suited it. But I finally identified what the poison was. Now I just need to figure out how it got there. Or, rather, who put it there. Which brings me back to here. An elevator shaft somewhere under or above ground with kilometers of concrete facelessness and bureaucratic authority surrounding me on all sides. And I mean every cubicle and every office of every floor of this temple. Built to interpret the inscrutable divinations of a temperamental oracle named Share Price. Back in the belly of just. Yet, I feel more at ease now that I have the whole weekend. Makes sense. Now that I know Noble's my enemy, I know where to aim. All that's left to do is...
My eye is having trouble focusing on this, and usually I'm pretty good. Every single time it goes through the middle, there is a repeating image or a repeating pattern in the background. And I'm having trouble focusing on it. Well, my eyes are getting blurry, so it's getting worse seeing that, so let's just move on.
Pull the trigger. Good thing I didn't bring a knife to this fight. I brought my gun. And that sound just now tells me it's playing its role perfectly. I'll never have a real use for a firearm with this much bloodware. Just by carrying it around and paying attention to when the hard safety flips on, always get a heads up when the police have entered the vicinity.
That is so freaking clever.
Hi, Detective Reyes. It's Morgan.
Currently texting with chuckles.
Happened to get your contact info. Happened to get your contact info when you cleared me for the crime scenes yesterday.
Delete contact. Block this contact. Stop voice to text. How to stop voice to text?
Just wanted to check in.
Report this contact, voice to text, disable.
And advise you that Noble's scared shitless of you stomping in and nationalizing the place. So they might be a little uncooperative when it comes to fetching documents.
Block this contact. What makes you think we are at Noble?
My bad, then. Forget I said anything. And whatever you do. Let's start your investigation with their stock buyback program.
Trying reverse psychology, it only works if I care what you think. Stop voice to text!
You okay there, Cedric?
I love that. That was beautiful. I love that. That was the best dialogue this game has had so far. About time. I'd have to ride the elevator for the next half hour.
Morgan, counselor. If you want to. Okay.
Morgan, counselor, your presence has been requested on the upper floors.
Deja vu.
I have a question. Place or time before. Because that's different parts of the song. Either way, you're higher in the streets.
Might you have a moment to speak in private?
Always. But who's asking?
The board.
What are the chances? I've been wanting to speak to them too.
Conference room 108A.
An auspicious number.
Evangeline Morgan.
Helen Jung.
Thank you for making time in your schedule.
Her posture, her tone, the fold of her clothes, professional, child up to 11. Corporate armor, a full set. Her guard is up. Just Morgan is fine.
You're just a few minutes early, Morgan.
Typical corporate never be the first one to show up. Pissing contest nonsense. Doesn't even make sense. They called me in here. How could I possibly be early?
Play their game or flip their script.
I mean, this is Morgan. You play the game. Pardon me in that case. 1,000 apologies, you voyeuristic rat-racing hollowheads, but I'm immune to your corporate posturing. If anything, knowing that you're watching me right now pretending to be busy with something else just makes your cowardice that much more apparent. So, who exactly will be joining us?
You don't have time to remember their names, and it won't do you much good either.
Right. So they're not just rich, they're anonymous rich.
The Mob Act guarantees a minimum level of security and peace of mind for any citizen who might be targeted due to their financial status. Protection of Reasonable Anonymity Act.
Yep. Basically, if you're at a certain income bracket, you basically have protections against being, brought out in public. It's an anti-Luigi Mangione.
Okay.
Spoken like a true believer. Except Mob Act is what normal people call it. Touting the party line but allowing yourself this one little instance of rebellion? Or just a slip of the tongue? I would never fault anyone for wanting their privacy, especially not job creators. must get pretty inconvenient not having a name to call them.
Not really. Conversations with them are always one-sided.
It's a great environment to do business in.
Look at the building you're standing in. We managed to eke out a meager profit somehow. So if it works...
I take you for the might makes right type.
I didn't take you for a clueless bore incapable of reading the room.
Sorry, did I say something off color? I was only being casual since it's just the two of us in here. Maybe we should take advantage of this rare bit of privacy and clear the air.
You're here to ask about Sarah, yes? As I said before, I have no idea that Dr. Asher had been building an android on his private property. And I can say here and now that no one at Noble Electronics ever suspected that he was working to undermine the tenant framework.
She's trying to sound candid in her tone, but she's choosing her words with a surgeon's scalpel. Is she coached? Is that the truth? Or is that the statement or is that your statement as VP of Android Futures?
It's both, of course. Dr. Asher was always more than happy to hold himself up and work independently. We both know that.
True. He could be pretty reclusive. I'm sure it caused all kinds of headaches. Him disappearing on all you like that. Must have been especially difficult when he came back with breakthroughs that propelled Noble to the top of the industry.
You should take a seat. If that's everyone, shall we begin?
Friendly bunch. Is there a problem with the sound? Anyone get muted by accident?
No.
Okay. Thanks for having me. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm actually a bit flustered having you all show up here. I didn't expect to talk to anyone higher up than a service associate.
You're investigating the death of Dr. David Asher. Why wouldn't we take that seriously?
Because you want me to go away. At least half of you do. The others aren't sure yet.
You must be confused. The board is, as always, united in its decisions and its vision for the direction of the company.
A board of directors is just 13 roulette rolling psychopaths who get together and vote on whether or not to execute their CEO every 6 months. None of them would ever be where they are if they were anything else. But I happen to know how that kind of person thinks. The way I see it, there's two possible outcomes. Option 1, you oppose me. Shut me out completely, stonewall me, stall me, and wait for me to walk into trial so unprepared and ill-informed that I inevitably lose. Obviously, I don't like this option. But you can't be big fans of it either. If I lose, the world will learn that Dr. David Asher was killed by an android he programmed. Then every customer you've ever had, every lawyer ever seen on TV, and every firebrand, strapping young 60-year-old junior senator looking to make a name for them. Sorry, I just love this strapping young 60-year-old junior senator. Anyway, will use your company balance sheet as their personal chew toy.
The company is more than capable of...
After which the state still might just gobble you whole and throw down enough sanctions to de-person whomever among you cries no fair.
The company and its allies at the capital can more than fend for themselves.
Yes, probably. But not definitely. Which makes it a gamble. Still my turn to talk? Lovely. Then on to option 2. You cooperate with me. I use what you give me, or forge for me, to win a trial, proving David Asher wasn't killed by an android. When the markets open tomorrow morning, you get another round of stock buybacks in on the initial dip. And pat yourselves on the back for staying calm as you continue to profit off of David's legacy for the next 100 years. And you won't even have to worry about him speaking out of turn.
It's only if you win. If the company cooperates with you, denies that David was killed by, and the state beats you anyway, it would be catastrophic.
Yeah, it's a gamble. But if at least some of your board wasn't considering taking it, I wouldn't be here.
Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and just mute my microphone here to
We're all busy people, and I'd hate to drive a wedge between such a close-knit group of friends. So how about this?
Well, I think I did those I did those voice lines really good. How about you guys?
Option 3, hedge your bets.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
What?
the thing that is the most Sandry coded of all of this is the wild tonal shifts that she uses. Put a little on black, a little on red. Spread the love and lower your risk profile. Don't make any statements about the trial. Tell the media the state's got your windpipe and advice. Wait until just before the markets open on Monday morning to send out your PR packages for rubber stamping. After you already know who's won. One way or another, this trial will be over before the end of the day, and you'll never hear from me again. Just don't shut me out completely for another few hours.
Oh wait, gotta mute my microphone again.
Look at these Sealy ass motherfuckers.
And does anyone second that motion? Very well. We can answer some of your questions, counselor.
Assume direct control.
Better make them count then. No reason to be shy now. The poison that killed David Asher has been identified as synatonin. You're familiar?
It's one of our many patented materials, as I recall.
You recalled it pretty easily yesterday. Gee, what's changed?
But intellectual property law can be very complex, counselor. I'm not sure how much I or anyone at the company could tell you about synatonin at this time.
Well, if you can't tell me about it, who could? You did lead its development, didn't you?
Yes, I oversaw the project, which just makes it that much harder to speak freely without compromising the confidentiality of the teams that reported to me.
I understand. That sounds like bullshit, and I don't believe it. But I'm not asking for trade secrets here. It's a perfect match for the only foreign substance found in his blood. Synatonin is what killed him. The state will say the same.
That's not possible.
Care to elaborate?
I'm sorry, but I can't say any more at this time.
So much for cooperation. If I were to ask you as an officer of the court?
Then I would ask you to be patient and wait until this afternoon. ADA Rockford has already called me to testify.
Ready. Damn it, I got cocky because of the cop's late arrival. I must have gone straight for the throat first thing this morning and left the investigating for later. Hell, knowing her, she probably managed to ID the synatonin before she went to bed last night. So, are we still having this conversation then?
As I said, I'm sorry. But I have to take more than just my personal feelings into consideration here. There's a great deal at stake.
Corporate speak for you're too stupid to understand why I'm being dense. She's just trying to shield the company, plain and simple. LARPing is Helen Jean d'Arc on a crusade against government overreach.
Boy, you have a lot of times where you're just silent, looking all different directions with your eyes, don't you?
But if she's that busy defending Noble, she might be leaving herself unguarded. Why is she here anyway? Why am I speaking to her and not her lawyers? That's right. This is a vulnerable position for her. She wouldn't put herself in check like this. Not unless she was forced to. So that's it. acting as their mouthpiece isn't some honor for her.
8.
This is a punishment. She's being used as a meat shield.
4.
They're upset with her. Perhaps even suspicious of her. Time to find out why.
David's will, jealousy, or Sarah?
Have we seen the will?
No, not yet.
Sort of. Okay, serotonin. Get out there.
Ah,
Yeah, they haven't gone through the will yet, I don't think.
yeah, no.
Maybe
So
it's a
I don't
W
know
for
if.
will. No.
Yeah, no. I don't think we haven't seen the will. So I don't know that there's any reason to raise David's will just because we haven't seen it. Sarah is obviously a concern, but I'm not sure that that's why she'd be here. Have we seen any sign that she's jealous, though?
I mean,
aside
they
from
were
the obvious,
coworkers.
Yeah. They were drinking to celebrate, so let's start with Sarah. Whatever else the port ends up labeling her, Sarah is remarkably lifelike android. If things worked out differently, you might have wanted her as the A16 poster girl. Or A17, or 18. Could have driven a lot of sales. The cute little pout projected across the sides of skyscrapers.
A hypothetical of a hypothetical. As has been made tragically obvious to all of us that Android is nothing like the A16. That it may yet be associated with our products going forward is nothing more than a massive liability.
You wouldn't have the A16 without her. And if they could take her apart and learn from her, they could have the world. So what was the motive to try and pry Sarah away from them?
Trying to monopolize or stay.
They didn't even know about Sarah initially, so why
Yeah.
would they try to monopolize
Yeah,
her?
let's cycle back. Let's go with jealousy then. Let's see where that goes. I have to admit, I'm surprised you aren't more shaken up today, Miss Chung.
I'm processing.
After all, you and David did have a history. You started at the same time, didn't you?
Yes, we were colleagues and cordial with one another.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's
we-
push that one.
Yeah.
Don't be so modest. You helped him create the one-point doctrine that saved the company.
That's a gross exaggeration. Noble is far too large an organization to be affected by the contributions of any single individual.
Suppose you're right. No one person could change Noble's fortunes overnight. Except for David Asher.
Hmm.
But he was a once-in-a-generation talent. The guy Noble chose for the advertisements, the one they commissioned editorials of. Sorry, you're right. I shouldn't have equated the two of you.
Ooh.
I just hope his one-point doctrine doesn't fall out of favor now that he's gone.
Yes. Well, we certainly wouldn't want that.
Hell, she didn't exactly explode with rage. But she definitely reacted. There's real jealousy there. Whether it ever boiled over, though.
So David's will, Sarah, and David and Noble.
I mean, obviously we take David and Noble now that that's been poked out. I didn't mean to pry about your relationship with David. Or lack thereof. I suppose I'm just curious about his standing inside Noble as a whole.
David Asher was, and always will be, an outstanding contributor to the company's forward progress. Nothing will ever change that.
Not even if he was killed by one of his own creations?
You had to voice something right now, didn't you, Jordan? So you're voicing the cards.
He's been doing that since we started, though.
No, I've heard that. This is just the first time I commented on it.
No, I'm saying the last time we had this sequence, he did that too.
Oh, then I didn't hear it then. That would, of course, be a tragic element that would call for reconsideration of his legacy.
He was almost off guard there. Like she was surprised for me to be asking about Sarah ruining his reputation. Let's push.
David Asher ever anger the board?
Let's push. Besides Sarah, David's reputation was crystal clean. He never went against the company once. Did he?
That's...
Unless I'm mistaken, he and Noble were on bad terms. In that case, I might get the impression that some parts of leadership were actually glad to see him taken off the chessboard.
That is not...
Something buzzing in your ear?
just something red. Fine. I suppose it makes no difference if you hear it now or at the trial or on your feed tomorrow. Dr. Avid... Oof. We're so close to busting. Dr. David Asher is being sued by the company for breach of contract. Satisfied?
Now we're talking.
We only need an ace.
David's will.
I mean, we've already hit the other two topics, so we're kind of left with either trying to push Sarah or going for David's will. Fuck me. They didn't know about Sarah yesterday, so David's will.
Let's ask about the will.
Has David's will been located?
It had never gone anywhere. It's still in a safety deposit box. I'll retrieve it and have it read once all the unknowns surrounding his death have been made into knowns.
So, David's will hasn't even become part of the equation yet? It might not be for weeks at this rate. Is that calculated, though?
Shall we press?
I think we're good. I like 21. Well, then. Sorry, go on.
We're clearly playing with a hearts deck because there are two aces of heart here.
Well then, I suppose that's...
All of them are hearts, actually.
Yep.
So, you couldn't have mentioned this breach of contract earlier?
Not without complicating the company's position unnecessarily. No. But there's no hiding it at this point. It'll all come out soon enough.
There's a paper trail?
Much more than that. We've been making moves to let him go for some time.
Noble Electronics is parting way with David Asher. Must have been one hell of a breach of contract. What did he do?
Make AI? He betrayed the confidence of the board.
Was he contesting the suit? Putting up a fight? Engaging in a legal battle against a mega corporation without even telling me?
Until recently, yes.
You mean until he died? How recently?
We spoke on Friday.
That was what the two of you talked about in his parlor?
No, this was earlier in the day. We were in this room, actually. Him, me, and several members of our legal department. It was an arbitration.
And did you come to an agreement?
A compromise. He would resign from his position in 2 quarters, foregoing royalties on any products we would develop after the next 24 months. In exchange, he wouldn't be publicly fired, and he would still be credited on all past, present, and future filings.
Very reasonable. On paper, maybe. No matter what the deal was, letting go of David Asher is insanity.
Reasonable, yes. We ended on a good note, I'd like to think. We shook hands, even took a photo.
Yeah. That looks...
So earring, glasses.
Glasses.
What? Oh wait, no. Are these?
That's the
That-
legal department.
These are techno.
Those are
Silhouettes.
microphones. Okay. I was just trying to figure out what the highlights were. Anyway.
Lovely.
Hmm.
Something funny? Didn't know the board told jokes.
They don't. That was legal, expressing their displeasure with how much paperwork my good note ending left them stuck with. Children. It was just one night of overtime.
So, while they were spending their Friday night blowing the ink dry, you paid a visit to David's penthouse. Something left unfinished?
Professionally, it was a good meeting. There was no yelling or finger pointing. Much cleaner than expected. But Dr. Asher did not want to retire.
Oh, that is the most dead fish of a handshake.
He didn't want to be forced out of the company when he was the one who... when he had contributed so much.
Ah.
I didn't enjoy doing that to him, so I came over that night to apologize to him. We talked, reminisced. When he brought out the drinks, I thought we'd be toasting to a new day. A few minutes later, he was dead. Because of that AI.
That AI? Any idea how it came to be?
As I said, I had no idea he was working on it.
My question was more broad than that. If you really believe David built an AI, how do you think he did it? How does Noble Electronics think he managed to work around the tenants?
It's quite beyond my area of expertise, and no one at the company could call themselves an expert in illegal technology. But some in the R&D department have theorized that he created what they call a wax-wane decaying priority loop, which, as I understand, is an unstable, resource-intensive theoretical method for pseudo-randomizing the weight amongst the preset tenants.
Well, that's as far off target as it gets with that guess.
But that kind of intelligent brute force nonsense seems a far...
Inelegant.
Don't you correct me, Red. Seems a far cry from the kind of thing David would create, and I seem to have taken us over our allotted time slot.
I didn't even get to wave goodbye.
You're serious about this trial?
Don't I look it?
You're not just making a play. You're actually going to defend that thing.
I'm just defending myself, Miss John.
Yes, of course you are. My mistake.
I thought you might be rooting for me, to tell you the truth. I may yet save everyone's stock options.
The stock options will be alright either way. They always are.
The candle I offered your board? Which outcome would you pick on?
Finally, an easy question. What I would bet is that whatever the outcome, the company will eat it up and shit it out with very little difficulty. You painted an ugly picture back there, but I've already seen the future, and it's just another marketing gimmick. The great Dr. David Asher, too smart, too bold, too far ahead of his time. What spark of his genius remains buried in the Inspire Animate 19?
Guess that depends on...
You were exactly right. He is more valuable to Noble as a dead man.
There we go.
Dead men can't step out of line or put their foot in their mouth or hold politically inconvenient opinions. To a good salesperson, a dead man is just another selling point. Pardon my outburst. I'm just tired, and it's been a very long week for me.
I'll let you prepare for your afternoon then, Dr. John.
No one calls me doctor. I ask them not to.
You didn't want the title?
At times, I have thought very little of it. The PhD I earned from a Noble-owned school.
Biochemistry. Couldn't have been a large department in Noble before they started work on worm androids in earnest. They probably didn't have many expectations of the program back when she was part of it.
But I was proud of it when I first got it.
Something changed?
It never seemed to catch on. People didn't use it, so eventually I I told people not to use it. A very high IQ social power play, you understand?
David never insisted that people use it either.
That's very different, and I think you know it. David Asher didn't have to.
Going to this trial. My trial, I felt a lot less ammunition than I'd like. I need to form a picture of what actually happened, maybe encircling the drain on a suspect. But Emma won't be generous enough to give me breathing room. She'll want to end this fast. Maybe if I do badly enough, it'll flip her sadistic switch and she'll want to keep playing.
Who was Witch again? Was I Witch also?
I think that was Colin.
No, I think I was Witch too, because I offered old voice, and I commented on the fact that she might have been a millennial. I gotta differentiate it from junk. Give me a second. So you got charged with owning an A. First time you do something exciting in your whole life?
Bitch.
And I gotta find out through the fucking grapevine.
My life is plenty exciting.
Freckles, freckles, freckles. You could bore the polish off a resume-checking robot. I've banged Catholic school teachers with more active night lives than you.
Looks at the blood covering her hands. Yeah, you're right, Auntie.
So who'd you rope in? Anyone I know? Shit. Are you representing yourself?
It's within my budget.
Screw your budget. You're going to jail.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, bitch.
You better call me Witch. That is my name. Thank you very much. It ain't a matter of how good a lawyer you are. Anyone who represents themselves in court has a fool for counsel.
You represented yourself countless times.
Not for anything I had a chance of losing. Your pal hasn't even been dead 48 hours. You're too close to this. You'll make mistakes.
Powers that be didn't really want to give me a rain check. You're taking this very seriously.
It's more dangerous than that. They're scared.
Is there precedent? An ad committing murder?
How'd you pass law school without learning how to look this stuff up?
You know what the net says? I'm asking you.
Bitch, what do I look like? LexisNexis?
The answer to that is you need to pay for the subscription. Not helpful to you at the moment.
So what words of advice do you have?
Get yourself a new lawyer.
I'm gonna close this chat now.
Don't lose, Freckles.
Don't need to tell me that.
Oh God, I'm playing everybody today.
Yep.
I'm Sarah. Here we go. What are you reading, Adonai?
I was reading David's employment contract with Noble Electronics before I got waylaid by spam texts.
The one we found in the panic room? It looks quite extensive. Should I skim it for you?
Depends. Did you pass the bar exam since we last spoke?
Oh.
You comfortable?
I am not.
Ever seen that old movie with the gorilla and the skyscraper? They bring it to the city and...
I understand the analogy, Adonai.
Wish I could call it overkill. But considering the specs Sarah put up yesterday, maybe these bindings aren't heavy enough. Come to think of it, those numbers must have been faked along with the rest of what the machine read. That was all smokescreen David added to help her lay low, and her actual strength is more like... If your joints weren't currently locked together in that vice, do you think you could escape this place?
I hope that question is not indicative of your strategy. I
This is me trying to distract you, Sarah. Enjoy the hypothetical.
would estimate that the building's automated security would put 9 holes in me before I reach that door.
9's not bad.
I would not be able to function after the 7th.
Ah. Well, if you haven't been planning some great escape.
I would not do that. That would be illegal. And you would still be on trial.
I remember. So what have you been doing all day then?
Counting holes in the roof. I am attempting to recover memories from Friday.
You can do that?
It's not dissimilar from the process of recovering data erased from any other computer, despite the difference in scale. I won't be remember everything, but if successful, I could recall individual pieces of information that could prove useful.
That's a lot of coulds. And even if you're successful, you might not like what you find. Whatever happened that day, either you or David wanted you to forget it.
Yeah. But even so, I have to remember. Because it's the last day Father and I...
Any luck so far then?
I can recall a slightly musty scent.
Wow, case closed.
Don't be a jerk. What about you, Adonai? Have you formulated a plan for the trial's proceedings?
Yeah, something like that. Jung insists that synatonin isn't what killed David. I don't buy it. There's no other explanation for how he died.
So she is lying.
And if she repeats that lie on the stand, I'll need to expose it.
Somehow.
Somehow.
Would she really commit perjury to protect Noble? To protect one of Noble's patents?
She doesn't strike me as quite the corporate zealot she makes herself out.
But you believe that she had something to do with Father's death?
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know why anyone would kill Father.
Considering the possible consequences of what he confessed to in his journal, I can think of.
But then again, I don't understand why anyone would kill anyone.
Well, it's fun for one.
Do you?
All's tolling for thee. Means the doors of the courtroom are unlocked. Let's... Wait, can you walk like that? What will have to do.
Okay.
Wait a second. Across the hole, that's...
Yay, I get to talk!
You're Emma, asshole. You'll be talking.
Huh?
Keep waddling, Sarah. I'll catch up.
As you say, Adonai.
This'll be a coin toss.
You that surprised to see me?
I'm not surprised you'd want to see the outcome of this trial. I am surprised you'd want to talk to me.
You defended the android, right?
Yeah.
Honest?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm defending Sarah's innocence. I don't think she killed David. Do you?
I don't think it matters. Noble is what killed David. Whether it was with a pen stroke or a sleeper agent, killer android, plain old goddamn arsenic. How could anyone that smart be that dumb? Why the hell would he ever sign his soul over?
David may have been in over his head, but he wasn't a bad negotiator. I've read his contract. His position was strong.
You're the lawyer. But a guy like me working in music, Can't tell you how many people I've seen screwed over by a big smile and a fat signing bonus. No such thing as corporate generosity. If you think you're getting a good deal, it's only because you don't know how much you just sold.
How much you just sold? His real wealth lay in his intellectual property, the potential energy that hangs over the whole industry. If he sued even 1% of the companies taking inspiration from his Turing solution, what's the clause in his contract? If Noble ever did fire David, he would have retained control over all his patents afterwards.
Yeah, see, that sounds nice. Only they never did fire him, did they? He just happened to die.
An unforeseeable act of God. In contract law, they call that force majeure.
I assume that's
Actually,
true. No?
It is, but it also isn't. It is now true that it has become the phrase of choice. It used to just be called an act of God.
20 minutes
However,
left.
I'm not sure that murder is normally considered a force majeure.
Yeah, true, but this is the cyberpunk future.
Yeah, murder's
3:29
even
July
less remarkable
2nd,
in the cyberpunk future.
2086. I said, did you find anything interesting in the contract, Adonai?
Oh, a few things, yeah. Basically, David was well taken care of, as long as they kept him around. He'd retain control of his patents even after being let go. But Porter said, logically, if David were to pass while still employed, they would continue to control the bulk of his IP. So if they knew David was going to leave in a year,
It would be very foolish to let father go.
no, they wouldn't do it for that reason. With this contract, he'd only be fired for serious offenses of corporate malfeasance, revealing trade secrets, fraud.
Father was not a fraud. He was, as they say, the GOAT.
Fraud just means to lying to the company about something, Sarah.
Oh, this is actually... okay.
Yep.
Ownership of the patents. Couldn't be terminated without serious cause. Serious cause includes only fraud or worse. Fraud defining is manipulating company data. Not a light read. Okay. Oh.
No, a note.
Isa, showtime.
You wanted to note?
Yeah. Counselor Morgan.
Yeah, I'm tired of being the old people. You could have an old person.
The state charges you with possession of contraband.
Contraband?
That'd be you.
In violation of safeguarding our National Digital Security Act.
Every single time one of these pop up, I keep looking for it's the fuck act. I keep looking for that every single time.
In violation of SONSA. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Very well. Since it seems we are, in fact, doing this.
Oh my god, should I switch my vocal modulation today?
Nope.
Or
Nope, you're stuck with what you did.
I'll now turn over the administration of this trial to the adjutant. But be warned, any attempts at stalling or meddling the issue, and I'll step right in and override the trial myself.
Fargo mode engaged.
Summary judgment. Siding with the people. Are we understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are we gonna have the same adjutant as we had before?
No. Each courthouse only has so many bodies, but the personalities swap around all the time. The chances of us dealing with the same glitchy mess as yesterday are...
Yay! Hold on a second. Just one moment. Need to put it back in my head because
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Oh yes, glad to be back. Did y'all miss me? Uh, oh, forget I said anything. Just go crawl under a rock and die while you make your opening statements.
Change your vote.
The defendant is the owner of the android, registered under the model name Sarah, license number 120292880. She has not contested this, and I doubt she will. So the question of ownership is already answered. All that remains is to determine whether Sarah qualifies as contraband. It is a charming android, incredibly well made, a masterpiece and the last known work of a great man.
Uh-huh.
But when we look at the evidence and the facts surrounding the death of Dr. Asher, we are forced to conclude that said android is responsible for his death. And that conclusion carries very serious implications. I prove here in court today that the machine standing there killed David Asher. Not through an accident or a mismanaged dosage, but through an intentional poisoning. I won't ask the court to judge this machine on its apparent sentience, its range of emotions, or the free will it may or may not possess. I only ask that the court judge this creation on what we will prove it to be more than capable of. Patricide.
That is an interesting choice of phrase there, Miss Rockford.
Good. What do you think of her opening argument?
Woof. Oh my god. Would not want to have to follow that. Oh, speaking of which, how about you go ahead and start there, young lady? But go for it anyway, defense.
Your Honor, what the DA said is true.
What did she just say? Did she just admit it?
Sorry, just the first time.
Hmm?
This android is charming, and it is the work of a great man. The rest of it was pure speculation based on little more than a few bad camera angles and a phobia of anything new. I do own the android you see here. It was bequeathed to me by a man known to most of the people in this courtroom as the father of modern machine intelligence. To me, he was just my friend. And if I thought that this puppet had anything to do with his death, I was dragged into the chopping block myself. But I don't believe that. I never have. Sarah's an android. Nothing more. It isn't capable of homicide. It didn't even commit manslaughter. It's just a well-made machine. Any fears that one has about its capabilities are projections. Nothing more. And it troubles me greatly that the state is spending valuable time and resources on rushing to pulverize Dr. Asher's latest known work, when it could be going after the very real, very human forces that were responsible for his death.
Is she talking about Noble?
People can't prove that Sarah's an AI. Truth be told, I can't prove that it isn't. But I can prove that it's not guilty. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Chills. You sound very confident, Adonai.
Yeah, well, no one ever got good at lying by being honest.
You could have simply said thank you.
So, what do you think of their opening statements, Sandry? Isn't it nice to have actual opening statements at a freaking trial?
I'm going to be honest. Both of them were, like, not great, but they could be much worse. Like, bear in mind, I don't do a lot of, like, trials, let alone opening statements, but broadly speaking, you want to lay out what you're going to say and what the evidence is going to show. You can't testify, which of course they both do because drama. Like that.
Yeah.
The problem is the drama. Courtrooms don't actually lend themselves to drama very well. because they've got all these rules to prevent drama from happening.
Because that would be counterintuitive.
Stares
Yeah,
at sovereign citizens.
Look, drama does happen occasionally. I direct your attention to the Alex Jones trial, where it turned out that his defense team had accidentally sent the entire contents of his phone to the plaintiff's attorney, and didn't do anything to claw any of it back, and so he was able to just use all of it. It was a disaster, and that was drama. But it doesn't happen much.
I want to say something. I think somebody grew a conscience.
No, I think they were just that incompetent.
But the thing is less about that part and more that when the plaintiff's attorney told Alex Jones's attorney, and Alex Jones's attorney didn't follow the local rules of civil procedure, which require them to actually do stuff to claw it back. You can't just send an email saying, "Yeah, that was sent inadvertently. Disregard." You've got to actually lay out what it is that's not that they shouldn't have and why, and they didn't do any of that. And that's why the plaintiff had access to the whole thing.
We only have 10 minutes left. We need to get to a black void.
Oh, I don't think we are.
Yeah.
No! We can't maintain our black void streak!
Thank you for your presence here today, Detective Linden. In light of the new evidence, I'd like to go over the death of Dr. Asher one more time. What happened Friday night?
Oh, what should I take here?
I mean, unless you want to hear Jordan talking.
I got old man.
We've only got 10 minutes, and technically this is Colin's character. So.
All right,
it's fine. Also true. We could pause here.
We'll save here and actually have Colin get to read his character.
Yeah.
Our first non-void save file. It's official. Colin is responsible for voids.
Okay, so here's the question, Sandry. What do you think? Who do you think done it?
Steve Buscemi.
I mean, it's sort of awkward because we've met really two possible people who did it. Because we can take for granted that it's not Sarah, because if it's Sarah, Morgan's going to jail.
Yep.
Hey, I'm just starting to.
Probably isn't Morgan.
I'm just starting to realize that I need to take a biological break, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream early. We can talk about this here in a minute.
That's fine.
Off stream.
Okay.